Well, in an interesting development, Wyoming and Colorado, maybe some other places, are getting a serious winter storm today. First serious winter storm of the season, and yes, it is only the second week of October, but it goes with the territory around here. I actually got snowed on August 31st last year, but I was in the Bighorns at 9,000 feet, and it didn't amount to much, so that doesn't really count. But it's hit early. So look at this craziness around here with this snow. Now this started sometime after midnight. It's like 7:30 in the morning on Tuesday, so it started a little while ago. We've got 4 inches on the ground already. Drifts are 6 inches and higher, and it's only just getting started. The winter storm warning from the National Weather Service goes through 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, so we've got plenty of time for this. The most probable scenario they're saying is still 6 to 10 inches, but it could be as high as 17 inches or more. The mountains are they're expecting a lot more than what we have here. So this is par for the course when you're in this part of the country in spring or fall. It does get crazy weather, and it can change on a dime. We were sweltering a few days ago. Saturday and then was rainy and cold. Sunday was beautiful. Monday was kind of cold, and today, well, we've got this mess. So, I'm usually out of here in September because of this exact reason, because I know this can happen up here, and I don't want to get caught in it. Usually, about half the time since I've been on the road, I've left Wyoming right after Labor Day. Last year, I left September 20th, and it was still 90 degrees. I left after the girls' last soccer game of the year and headed east, actually, to see family out there. But it was still 90. My first couple nights on the road were miserable in the Dakotas and the Midwest because it was very, very hot still, even overnight. But normally this is why I head out before this time of year. But it's not that big of a deal, really. I mean, the reason I didn't this year is only because I need to finish a couple projects, and one of them I was supposed to be putting. I've had the front end of the van's been a little loose since I did a trip over to Idaho and western Wyoming in June, and it's been on my list to get figured out before I put a trailer on it and start hauling this fall. And finally figured out I've got a bad tie rod, and the whole front end was rebuilt in the desert a year and a half ago, less than 2 years ago, so it should not have failed. These E350s have very heavy steering and suspension and brake components and stuff, so it definitely should not have failed. Apparently I trashed it doing some off-roading while I was over there. So the good news is it's a $28 part. It'll take me half an hour or less to swap it out. The bad news is they're out of stock in town, like everything else, like coffee and toilet paper, right? So I'm waiting on one to arrive from Billings. It's supposed to be here this morning. I was hoping the storm wouldn't hit so early so I could do that before the storm hit. But I'm waiting on that, and a couple things on the trailer. I have I need to grease the wheel bearings and check the brakes and stuff, and I have one light tail light that's weird. So, and I just ran out of time to get everything done. So I knew this was coming. I just was hoping it wouldn't be quite so dramatic when it arrived. But it's not the end of the world. I've camped in much colder, and the temperatures are going down to the 20s at night for the next 4 nights, and the highs are in the 30s, which kind of stinks. But I have heat. I've camped in much colder, with and without heat, and I've camped in snow. So it's not like it's any kind of crisis. It's just a little unpleasant and unfortunate. So I was supposed to be out of here pretty like this weekend coming up, so less than a week. I don't know if that's going to happen at this point, frankly, but we'll see how it I'll be out of here soon, but I do not intend to be here when the next one hits. My oldest son just said to me this weekend, he's like, you didn't leave early enough this year, Pops. So apparently not, but I do intend to be out of here before the next storm hits. By the weekend, it's supposed to start getting nicer again, and this crap will all be gone. But yeah, we do need the moisture here, so it's not bad that way. But just wanted to share this little adventure. Winter has arrived in Wyoming, and from what I'm reading, Colorado is getting the same storm. And like I said, maybe some other areas, but for sure, I know those two. So if you're in the Rockies are in the Rockies area, western U.S. here. If you're getting snow this weekend, today, tomorrow, let me know in the comments. Let's figure out how wide and how exciting this storm is. Meanwhile, thanks for joining me, everybody. If you're interested in becoming a nomad or learning more about the nomadic lifestyle, you may want to check out my online course, Nomad Lifestyle 101. Links in the video description, or you can just head to robertwitham.com/courses. You may also want to join me on Patreon if you want lots of behind-the-scenes stuff. I was already talking about the storm coming with my patrons and sharing details and things before it ever hit earlier this weekend. So if you want behind-the-scenes stuff, check me out on Patreon. That's patreon.com/robertwitham. Meanwhile, thanks for joining me, everybody. We'll see you in the next one when hopefully it's a little warmer.